Open houses are back. Hey, I'm Trey Dobie with Dobie Real Estate. What do I mean when I say open houses are back? Open houses have always been here, but with the way the market's been so crazy, you've had to jam an open house in like as soon as you list a property, and then it'd be a madhouse. It would be so many people coming through. A lot of times they would have agents with them. And what we found was when the market was super crazy, we had some success with open houses, but not as much as we do in a normal market. So I was just talking with a couple of our agents, thought I'd hop on here, share it with you guys, but we're starting to see more success with open houses. We're starting to see more people come in without a real estate agent, which is obviously a huge opportunity for anybody that's hosting open houses. So ultimately, there's two things here. Hey, how do you get an open house, and how do you run a successful open house? So first way, how do you get an open house? Obviously, if you have a listing, that's an opportunity to hold an open house. If you're new and you don't have listings, the other way is go to another agent at your brokerage, go to a team at your brokerage and ask them, hey, do you have any houses that need to be held open? Or if you're a part of a team, surely your team is providing you with open house opportunities. So that's how you're able to get an open house to actually host. But how do you host a successful open house? First of all, you need to get there at least 10 to 15 minutes early. You can't be showing up right at the start time and clients following you in, because that makes you look bad. It makes the house look bad. It makes everybody involved look bad. So get there 10 to 15 minutes early. When you step inside, lock the door behind you, so if anybody shows up early, they're not catching you off guard. Go throughout the house, obviously turn on all the lights, open up all the blinds. You want the house to be airy. You want it to show well. Then you need to set up right in front of the door. Hopefully, depending on the layout of the home, maybe there's a table you can use right there. Maybe there's a dining room right there. If not, what our agents do is they actually carry very small tables that we put a nice tablecloth over the top of, our logos on it. And then we have a sign-in form, information about the house. If you're a real techie and you prefer to use an iPad, obviously you want to collect their information. So as soon as they come inside the door, you're introducing yourself, telling them about the property. Now, you obviously want to try to sell the property that you're hosting, because that's obviously going to be beneficial. But second thing is you can't just have sales breath and start asking them about themselves and not even try to sell them on that house, because what if this person coming through is looking to buy a house, but they also have one to sell? And if you give them a bad impression, they'd say, wow, that person's not even trying to sell the house that they're hosting. So obviously you want to tell them about the property that you are hosting. Whenever I held open houses, I would never hand them like information about the property. I would just say, hey, it's right here on the table next to the sign-in sheet, and we need you to sign in because the seller wants to know who all's been through the house. Or if you have an iPad there, tell them, fill out the iPad. And another option is we have some agents that have done this in the past, is fill out the iPad. As soon as you fill that out, you'll be texted a link with more information about the property. But then from there, I typically ask them, if they've been looking for a house for a while, they go into many open houses, because if they're working with another agent, I definitely don't want to step on anybody's toes. However, if they say they haven't been looking for a house they're just starting looking, odds are they don't have a realtor, but we'll dig into that whenever we get in a deeper conversation with them. So from there, it's just a matter of reading their body language, reading how welcoming they are to engaging in a ton of conversation with you, or if they want a tour of the property. You have to read their language. You have to see how they feel. A lot of people don't, especially going to open houses, they don't want a tour of the property. So give them their space. Say, hey, feel free to look around the property. I'll be right here if you have any questions. And if they do want a tour, obviously give them a tour. That gives you a chance to build a relationship and build rapport with them. But ultimately, when they get done, ask for feedback about the house, because you're going to be able to provide feedback to the listing agent, or if you are the listing agent, you're going to be able to provide that feedback to the seller. But then from there, it's, hey, if the home wasn't a good fit or they had some critiques, say, hey, well, what is that perfect home for you? What's it look like? And have some extra paper there and scratch down notes. Take notes, because it shows that you are listening to what they're saying and that you truly care. And so once you get all that information, great. Well, I tell you what, I'll see if I can find any other homes that are a great fit. What's the best email address and phone number for you, so I can if I find a home that's a great fit for you. You may say, why ask that question? They signed in. Well, when they signed in, they didn't know you, and they may not have given you accurate information. However, after you've spoken with them and built better rapport with them, they may be willing to give you their real information. So I always ask, what's your information? And if you really, really hit it off, definitely try to set a buyer's consultation with them, where you can set up a time to go over their wants and needs, and obviously win them as a client. So open houses. We're actually able to list a house earlier in the week and schedule it for a weekend. We're starting seeing a lot of success. So if you're not doing open houses as part of your growing your business strategy, your lead generation strategy, I highly recommend it. So I hope you found value behind this. Check out our YouTube page, Success in Real Estate. Subscribe. We also have older content you can view on there. But if you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help. Again, I'm Trey with Dobie Real Estate. Hope you have a great day.